Hi, so this is EE329. This is assignment 6. This is going to be turning in a day late. As per the email request, the time is 11:12, Monday, May 22nd, 2023. So we got to get this in before we lose any more points. But here is part 5, which is essentially just the all good students read the reference manual with the proper spacing as per required by this step here, and then we have an input. And of course, in order to get to there, we had to write proper print statements and an escape statement. And then next up is the echo characters, which essentially, with this interrupt statement, when we control R, so you can see the input, when I control R, it will print red text. When I shift R, which is important because I use an uppercase R, which is important, and then if I shift B, you'll see that the text is now blue, and then if I shift W, the text is now white, and then if I shift green, the text is now green, and only way you know how to do that is if you read the reference manual. Next up is going to be essentially part 7, which is going to be the splash screen, so wait for that. Okay, sorry about the jump cuts, but we're essentially going to run my program, which is the splash background, which I've nicknamed Monkey Splash. And if we open up our terminal here, you'll see my cute little animation of a monkey just playing peekaboo for about 5 seconds. And then if I press the WASD keys, I now have a cursor, and it wraps around. The space it's playing with is a 20 row by 80 column space. It wraps around and it moves. It works really well. 3 shoutouts I do want to provide. Well, firstly, the baud rate is calculated here with the standard clock frequency, which is 4 megahertz. And then we have a wanted baud rate of 115.2 kilobytes per second, which comes out to the 8,888 divisions, which we can find that calculation on the user manual from page 1419. But I do want to accredit this website for the monkey animations. I did not make them myself. I just did not have enough time for that. And of course, I wanted to give a shout out to Rishab, whose email will be provided with the code, and of course, Zachary Numa, for the updating position. That's essentially what allows the cursor to move around. Again, they didn't write this for me, but they did help me, and it is worth the accreditation for this assignment. And I think it's pertinent for the video, because they did help quite a bit. Especially with the initialization. There was like one line with the pupter that Rashad pointed out that was really helpful. But essentially that is all of the steps for the project for A6. That covers the movement and all 4 boundaries. So there's a crossover like in Pac-Man. I do not have time for the extra credit to make the small little treasure chest hunting game where it changes the color of the character. But this should be submitted shortly. Thank you for watching. One last thing, I did forget to show the actual manual key presses, so I'm going to tack this on at the end, just to make sure that everything is squared away and that I'm not lying. But here is the cursor. Here is me pressing W, sorry, 1 up, 1 over, and you'll see that go here. If I angle this just right, W, D, S, oops, well, that wasn't a D, that was an A, This is D. D is to the right. You can see it going off. So it does work. And then I will show the other one really quickly. Okay. This is it going. The first time, by the way, this happens pretty often, but if I just reset it here, ta-da, it works. So I'm going to hit Shift G for capital G, and then I should have green text. Yay. Shift R, and then I have red text. Shift W for white, and we are back at our default. And then Shift blue, or Shift B for blue text, and then Shift W, back to this. Space isn't this cool. Unfortunately, backspace doesn't really work the way it normally does, but that's it. And that's all of assignment 6. So I hope this was enjoyable. Also append the message, for those of you out of context. The bananas message is just for you. This one was weird, but it was fun. But I thought it was a funny title, so enjoy.